Hey guys, Money with Amy here, where I talk about anything and everything related to money and how to grow your wealth. I want to make a quick video about what's going on in the markets right now, my mindset around it, and what I'm doing, alright? So I can sense a lot of fear and confusion among retail investors right now because there's just so much volatility going on in the markets. If you take a look at VIX, the volatility index, it just spiked in November and December, and both the crypto markets and the stock markets are down. The only stocks that seems to be unfazed and still going strong are value stocks like Amazon, Google, Tesla, and Microsoft. Even Facebook, Meta, seems to be hit a lot harder than the other FANG stocks, and the only market that seems to be going up is the real estate market. Sales hit an all-time high and inventory hit an all-time low. So why is there so much fear going on in the markets? Two things, okay? The first is because of the uncertainty and fears around the new COVID variant known as Mr. Omicron. It is a new variant of the coronavirus, which is said to be 3 times more contagious and worse than Delta. And at this point of time, we don't even know if the vaccines will be effective against Mr. Omicron. It's probably too early to tell, but I'm telling you, a lot of people around the world are just so sick of this corona pandemic and just wish for all of this to be over, you and me included. And no country would want to close their borders again because that's just going to affect their economy. Like, think about it. Imagine what this would do on a global scale if all the major economies have to shut down again. That's not going to be good. It's going to get really ugly. The second is inflation. Inflation is going bonkers. US inflation rate hit 6.2% in October. Europe hit a record of 4.9%. Singapore jumped 1.5%, the highest in 3 years. I'm price sensitive, so I know what I've been paying, and like I've said in my previous videos, my grocery bills have gone up 30 to 40% compared to pre-pandemic levels. So my true inflation is around like 20 to 30% in the US, not the 6.2% like the Fed said. So you add both of these fears and the fact that many hedge funds and investors might be using the strategy of tax loss harvesting to offset any of their tax obligations from their profits, and there you have it. That's the reason why there's so much volatility in this market. And the strategy for tax loss harvesting may seem foreign to Singaporean investors, so let me give you an example using chicken rice and laksa. Let's say you bought chicken rice at $5 and for whatever reason there's a shortage in the country and now your chicken rice is worth $25. Well, $25 for a plate of chicken rice, that must be some organic shit right there, man. So let's say you sell your chicken rice at $25, then you'll have to pay a tax on the $20 profit. But then you see your laksa, which you bought at $10, and now it's only worth $2. So now you have a loss of $8 on the laksa. You can sell your laksa, use that $8 loss towards your $20 profit on the chicken rice, therefore reducing your initial tax amount of $20 to $12 now. Then after 30 days, you can buy back laksa at whatever price it is after 30 days. And this is according to the wash sale rule, which states that you can only buy back shares that you have sold after 30 days. And this is the reason why towards the end of the year, the stock market dips, and at the beginning of the year, it bounces back up. I don't like to use this tax loss harvesting strategy because who is to say that your stocks will go even lower or even be at the price that you sold at? Like, what if it goes up way higher than the price you sold at? Especially in this market where stocks can turn around really quickly, maybe like 1 to 2 weeks, which I've seen happen many times this year. And so basically, most people who are doing this are betting that their stocks will remain low until they buy them back 1 month later. So what is my mindset in this market and what am I doing? I'm very positive about the future of the stock market, but I'm wary at the moment. On the one hand, you can get stocks for cheaper than March of 2020 when the markets tanked because of the corona pandemic, but on the other hand, you never know if the stocks are gonna fall even more. That's a possibility too. So what am I doing? I'm buying up shares of companies that I really like, mostly small caps like Planet 13 or Palantir, and I should probably make a video about that soon because I feel that's where the opportunities are, like that's where the money is, especially when large caps are trading with a very high and rich valuation. Look, I've heard people saying that they're cashing out and waiting for the right time to come back in, but like, how do you know when it's the right time to buy back in? Back in March of 2020, how many of you jumped the bandwagon when the stock market crashed, and how many of you wanted to wait until it crashed even more before you buy into it? With this kind of mentality, there's a high probability that you're never going to get into the stock market if you haven't already. And you have to remember this, very important. Your cash is going to be devalued and worth less much faster in times of high inflation. And I think that 2022 is when we're going to see most of that inflation happening and then cooling off in 2023. This reminds me of 3 time periods, 2010, 2011, and 2018. When I first started out in the stock market, the markets were so volatile my stocks would fall right after I buy them. But thanks to Mr. Warren Buffett, I bought even more. That's why when I buy stocks, I don't look at the short term. I look at least 3 to 5 years out and sometimes even up to 10 years. And that's why having a good management team is so important to me when I'm buying stocks. If any of you missed the crash in March of last year, then look at this as another buying opportunity. Don't miss the boat. However, I'm not going to say with 100% certainties that the stock market is going to go up within the next few weeks, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. Buy a little, buy a little. If it dips, buy a little. If it dips even more, buy a little. I'm all for lowering my cost basis, especially when I'm confident that my stocks will go up in the long run. Anyway, thank you for watching this short video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think is happening in this market and what you're doing. I would love to hear your thoughts. Personally, I can't wait for this coconut pandemic to be over so we can return to some kind of normalcy, especially when I'm planning on going back to Singapore next month. Really looking forward to that plate of chicken rice. And guys, please take care of yourselves and take calculated risks in this kind of market. And of course, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And feel free to follow me on my Instagram. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you again next time.